Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from Toronto, Canada. I can't believe we're finally here. The final pay-per-view before Endgame, but I have a very, very special guest here with me today. I have one Mr. Ryan Quinn, former Twitch champion, former Nemesis champion, at the commentary booth with me. Ryan, how have you been doing lately?
I've been doing great, but this isn't about me. I won't go on about how everything I've done in the CWL, but this is about the Crimson Dragons and the Fabulous Furious Freaks.
This should be a very exciting matchup, Brian. You are correct. Now let's take it up to the stage where our ring announcer is going to let us know who these teams are.
The following tag team match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 448 pounds, Zero Toya, Zitro Horror, the Crimson Dragons.
You know, it's not often that we have seen the Crimson Dragons come out together. And I was hoping that we would possibly see them come out together here today because, you know, that's a sign of unity. That is something that you're kind of familiar with here, Ryan.
Yeah, but me and Roger, we didn't really come out that much often, but I'm fine with this. I'm fine. I think this is what the Crimson Dragons are good with.
Well, now we know that Zero Toa is going to be coming out next to support his Crimson Dragons brother, Zistro Horror. But if we're being honest here, Ryan, who do you think has the advantage in this matchup? Is it the Crimson Dragons or is it the Fabulous Furious Freaks?
I have to go with the Fabulous Furious Freaks. Flapjack Carter's experience in tag teams really helped him out during when he was in the Disciples of Evil, and I think that experience will lead him to a win tonight.
Now we see here Zero Toa making his way to the ring, the ever-energetic Samoan. I guess I want to call him a bulldozer, but I feel like that's gimmick infringement here. Zero Toa is just as exciting as they come. He's one of the biggest members of the Crimson Dragons, and the Crimson Dragons here are hoping to pick up a little bit of steam after their start. Well, if we're being honest, didn't really go so well.
Sucks not having a great start going in as a tag team, but I feel like this is a chance for the two of them to rebound and get a big win.
Especially a big win against the Fabulous Furious Freaks. That is not a team to scoff at all.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 655 pounds, Kaz, the Man, Flapjack Carter, the Fabulous Furious Freaks.
You know, now this surprises me here, actually. It is not often that we see the Fabulous Furious Freaks not come out together.
Yeah, it's definitely surprising seeing how experienced they are, but I feel like, like I said with the Crimson Dragons, I really don't think this really affects them that much. It might show unity, but, you know, that might be a mirage.
Now, Ryan, I've got a question here for you, since you have a little bit more experience at, at the in-ring stuff than I do, and you've had your fair share of run-ins with the Fabulous Furious Freaks. What is something about Kaz and Flapjack Carter that the normal viewer of this sport may not know?
They're ruthless, just aggression. They have everything, really. Just the ruthlessness they bring to the ring, especially Flapjack, knowing the matches I've had with him. But yeah, just the ruthlessness is impressive.
Well, we know that Flapjack Carter is called the Pitbull of the Fabulous Furious Freaks for a reason, a term coined by Alexandra Shaw. And speaking of Flapjack Carter, here it comes. This entrance just commands so many eyes to the stage. This is how the Fabulous Furious Freaks like to play games. They like to get in your head because they know that once they're in your head, they're never going to leave.
Yeah, Fabulous Furious Freaks are the masters of mind games here in the CWL, and I feel like that's what has led them to be so successful. The mind games are such an important part in wrestling, and since you're the masters at it, it's easy to get what people. It's easy to have people to control people's thoughts and scare them, and being scared in the ring, it really has an effect on you.
Well, we know that Chris Princess is in the building. We are going to hear from him later on tonight. And maybe we're going to hear a little bit more about what the plans are with Tommy Hazard. But that is for then. This is for now. And we're about to have a very heavily contested tag team matchup between, I feel, two possible future tag team champions.
Yeah, you could say that these two tag teams could be in line for whoever wins this match could be in line for a tag title shot, maybe at Endgame, but we'll see who gets to that.
Well, we're about to get things started here, Ryan. I'm very excited for this. We've got the referee in place. The bell has rung, and Zistro Horror and Cast the Mat are the ones beginning this matchup.
Yeah, well, you see Kaz showing his strength immediately, landing him with a flapjack right there. I have to say, he's one of the strongest competitors here in the CWL, but right now, Slammer there, headlock.
Now, do you think here, Ryan, that the thing that the people want to see right now is a showdown between Zyro Toa and Cast the Mat?
I don't know. I feel like having the two powerhouses come in Zero Tora and Kaz the Mad would be maybe a lot better for what the fans would see. I know the CWLUniverse loves to have those big hosses around here. So, what's Kaz going for here? Suicide spear out to the outside ring area. Absolutely amazing stuff there from Kaz, taking it to the outside, showing that aggression that I talked about earlier.
Absolutely. We don't normally see people take those kinds of dives, especially with the pads that you see out there. We only have those 6-8 pads out there. The rest is just concrete because, unfortunately, we have the chamber match happening later on, so we couldn't put the pads everywhere around the entire arena. It's a little bit more dangerous here today.
Of course, but I think that's going to be an advantage to the Fabulous Furious Freaks. They love having that aggression, and I think they are definitely going to use the outside to their advantage here. Big knee from Horror there. Oh, and a Hurricane Rana almost looked like Taz was going to go for a powerbomb there, but not able to capitalize on it.
And now we see Zistro Horror toss Cast the Mat inside the ring. They did have a 20 count to work on the outside. They chose to not take that route. As we saw BMS get a count out victory just last week, Zistro Horror wants to get a clean victory here, especially over somebody like Cast the Mat.
Yeah, I believe having that, they're scared about the advantage that the Fabulous Furious Freaks have. But look at that amazing wrestling there from Horror there. Able to use his athleticism to outsmart the stronger competitor, but looks like it doesn't matter as Kaz quickly regaining control, throwing him over to his corner now. Oh no, Horror able to reverse, big elbow there from Kaz, and the combination of kicks and a big knee stunning Zero Horror. Has on the shoulders. And a Death of Valley driver into the pin.
The action has been fast and furious coming here from Kaz the Mad. This is, again, not something we're used to seeing from Kaz. Usually he uses his power, he uses his expertise. Never do we see the speed, but there's the teamwork right there that we're talking about between Kaz and Flapjack Carter.
That's the experience I was talking about. Flapjack's been in these situations. He knows when his partner's in trouble, and Kaz was in trouble there, and Flapjack able to turn the tides back to the Fabulous Furious Freaks.
Here we see once again. Cast the Mad just sends Zistro Horror over to the rope, and Zistro actually knocks over the referee, as now Zistro Horror is trying to get back in control here.
Yeah, let's see what he's going for here. But looked like he was going to go for a power bomb, but basically threw him over to Zero Tora. Could be to get more tag moves and get a tag out, but no, it looks like Tora going for a small package driver, going into the pin now.
And is that going to be enough right here? Flapjack Carter able to make the save, as now Zistro Horror just has all the energy going for him. This is something we're not usually used to seeing from Zistro Horror.
Using his freshness to get into the ring, take out Flapjack Carter for now, which is at a disadvantage here as the experience goes to the Fabulous Furious Freaks, but looks like Sunset Flip, power bomb, and now the Crimson Dragons have taken over this match.
Absolutely agreed. You can see right there, Zistro Horror is getting all kinds of fired up. He has been very hard on himself over the past few weeks. Of course, falling short at the Battle for Supremacy, falling short in qualifying for the Chamber match, falling short again, trying to defeat Gritaria to soften him up for today. But Zistro Horror is determined to get a spot at Endgame, and this could be his opportunity.
Yeah, Horror has, big knee there.
Goes the Siberian Claymore. Is that going to be enough? But again, Flapjack Carter breaks up the pinfall.
Oh, and the aggression of Horror, maybe, he's fallen short for most of the times in his career, and I think he's over with it. He's done with it. He wants to win. Oh, Phoenix Splash connects.
The fall from Grace has connected. Is this going to be enough? Has Zistro Horror picked up the victory? And he has! The Crimson Dragons have picked up a victory here in Toronto, Canada at Jailbreak.
That really shows Zistro. I think if he didn't knock out Flapjack there, this match would still be going on. But that fall from Grace, absolutely devastating. Kaz couldn't kick out of that. The impact onto the ribs must have just been too much.
The winners of the match, the team of Zistro Horror, Zero Toya, the Crimson Dragons.
Well, congratulations to the Crimson Dragons as they pick up a pivotal victory. Their very first as a tag team, actually, Ryan.
Oh, wow, that's it's an impressive way to get your first win, and I'm definitely impressed with the showing they had here tonight.
Well, we go from one match to the next, ladies and gentlemen, as this pre-show still has two more to go, as we're going to see Olivia Mistral take on Sonia Evans. We saw Alexandra Marie take on Amber Arcade just a few weeks ago, but now it is Olivia Mistral's turn to show Alexandra Marie exactly how the Church of Steel does it.
Yeah, Olivia Mistral, definitely one of the more impressive fighters here in the CWL, former Vindication, and I'm excited to see what she can do against Sonia Evans.
The following match is set for 1 fall. Introducing first, accompanied by Alexandria Marie, representing the Church of Steel, weighing 150 pounds. From Bogota, Colombia, Olivia Mistral.
Well, here she comes, the star chaser herself. Olivia Mistral recruited Alexandra Marie recently over to the Church of Steel, showing her basically how the church does things. And of course, Alexandra Marie, like I mentioned, picking up that victory over Amber Arcade. And now Olivia Mistral is hoping to continue that momentum. And she's hoping to continue to show Alexandra Marie how it's done. Because let's be perfectly honest here, ladies and gentlemen. These two could very well be the next #1 contenders for the Women's Tag Team Championships, perhaps after Endgame.
And her opponent, Sonia Evans.
And here she comes, Sonia Evans, a woman that we don't normally see here in the CWL too often, but when she does, she usually makes a splash. Now, who do you give the edge to here, Ryan?
I have to give it to Mistral. Alexander Marie, I think Mistral sees a lot in her, and I feel like Marie wants to show her improvements. She might interfere in this match. We have no idea, but I feel like even though Evans might be an impressive competitor, I feel like Marie might get herself involved in this match, and that could be the turning point.
I definitely think Alexander Marie is going to play as a factor in this match, even if she doesn't get involved. I think just her presence enough is going to be something that Sonya Evans has to think about in the back of her mind.
Yeah, that definitely can affect people, but this match starts off with Olivia Mistral starting off with an arm drag, wanting to bring the fight to Sonya, wanting to show Alexander Marie what the Church of Steel, what their style is, what they do, and how they can be so dominant in the CWL.
And you can see right here, Olivia Mistral was starting to stomp out Sonya Evans, but Sonya Evans able to counter, goes for the, oh, look at that. A beautiful arm drag right there, hip toss style.
Yeah, wrestling is like one of those where the momentum can change at any given moment. Olivia Mistral started fighting off, but now fighting off Sonya Evans, stomping her again now, showing the ruthlessness the Church of Steel has as a group. And now puts her into a dragon sleeper. Will Sonya tap out here? No, able to get the knees to the head, get out of the submission hold. But Irish whip to the corner. Running at her once again. Oh, misses what I think would be a monkey flip.
Now, Ryan, I have a question here for you, Ryan, especially, considering we're watching this matchup right now. Unfortunately, you've been one of the people here in this company that has lost championships to some say maybe better competitors. What does that do for your mentality? Especially, I think Olivia Mistral is going through the same thing, being a Vindication champion this year, to go further and then not be a champion later on in the season.
Sucks, it really does, but I think the best way to handle that kind of disappointment from losing a title to someone that may not be as good as you is you just have to keep fighting, focus on another thing, like focus away from the championship. And I feel like focusing on teaching Alexandria Marie here is a great stepping stone in getting away from that memory of losing the title.
That's definitely great advice, I believe. I hope Olivia Mistral watches this match back and hears your words, as look at this right here. Olivia Mistral with the leg drop on the arm of Sonya Evans could definitely be doing a lot of damage, because we know that Sonya Evans has the chick buster finishing maneuver, but look at that, Sonya Evans still able to kick out.
Yeah, but I feel like the damage to the arm might be a bit too much for Sonya. Those finishers might not be able to have as much damage as they used to have. But Sonya looking fine. Big call reversal by Olivia. But an elbow from Sonya puts her into a front face lock position. Snapmare to an elbow. As you see, Michelle had the smart game plan here going for the arms, but it looks like it's not working right now. Sonya stomping right on the head.
The brutality here from Sonya Evans. We know that she is very used to doing that over at Wildfire, but when she comes to the CWL, she just turns it up a notch, as now she is turning over Olivia Mistral, the former Vindication Women's Champion. She could be about to tap, but no, that expertise of being a former champion, she's able to get out of this maneuver.
Kicking her away as well. Sonya was looking to get more damage in as the Boston crowd was broken, but Sonya, and that move connects, doesn't go for the pin. And like I said, Marie getting involved into the match. And Mistral now up, could be capitalizing on the distraction. And yep, backstabber.
You sound a little disappointed there, Ryan, and I believe you're right. All the people here in Toronto are not very happy about this, as Alexander Marie got involved in this match. And now Olivia Mistral going for a little bit of shuttle sickness.
That airplane spin into that TKO, devastating as she goes into the pin. Right for the count. Kick out at 2, Sonya. Showing her resilience.
Very, very interesting development here. I did not expect Sonya Evans to kick out of the shuttle sickness, but now she seems to be right back into it as she pushes off Olivia Mistral, and now she face plants it. But look at that! Olivia Mistral just gets right back up.
Mistral able to just immediately get up, that slamming her right on her face in a German suplex close to the ropes there. You know, your neck on the ropes can be absolutely devastating to the career of any competitor.
Now look at Sonia
This-
Evans just picking up Olivia Mistral and connects with a right hand. Is that going to be enough as Alexander Marie now grabs the attention of the referee?
Wow, this is smart from Mistral. I feel like this is one of the exact reasons why she was brought out Marie here. But Sonya going up to the top rope, not letting the distraction from Marie stop her. But Olivia got the knees up, body slash, not landing. But able to counter, clothesline after clothesline into a calf kick. It looks like Sonya, once again, not letting the distractions get to her, not letting anything stop. Oh, reversal by Olivia, working on the arm once again.
You know, lest we forget here, Ryan, a lot of people saw that original match where Olivia Mistral won the Vindication Championship. She was helped a lot by the Church of Steel. Very much so how Alexander Marie is doing here right now. But now it looks like Olivia Mistral is going in for the closing shot as she lands right there. And now this could be all over. Olivia Mistral right into the pinfall. Referee right on top. 2. And Olivia Mistral, with the help of Alexander Marie, manages to pick up a victory over Sonia Evans.
Marie was definitely the big game changer, like I said, but when they came into the ring, there was a reason why Mistral wanted her into this match, wanted her to interfere, wanted to show her the Steel way, and clearly it's worked.
The winner of the match, Olivia Mistral.
By hook or by crook, it looks like the Church of Steel is back on top as Olivia Mistral has picked up a victory here with the help of Alexander Marie. But we've got one more match here for you, ladies and gentlemen, before we begin with the pay-per-view. We have Jack Thunderheart going to make his Crimson Dragons captain debut, if you will, against the one and only Lucas Button.
Yeah, this will be a big match for Jack Thunderheart, a big prove-it match to show why he should be the Crimson Dragon leader. He prove it, he's a Wonder Vindication heavyweight champion, so I think he does have the ability to prove it.
You know, we actually saw these two team up against William Black and Austin Wolf recently. It didn't go too well. Maybe that is exactly why this match is happening now, and Jack Thunderheart is going to have a lot to prove, not only to the Crimson Dragons, but to everybody in the CWLUniverse.
The following match is set for one fall. Introducing first, Jack Thunderheart.
Well, we talked about it being his debut as the Crimson Dragons leader, and Ryan, I know you're quite a fashionable man yourself. Check out the drip here, dude.
I love it. The black and red really works well. Just showing the moxie there. Oh, okay. Throwing himself right at the camera, but I'm excited. The black and red really looks good, and you know what they say, if you look good, you perform good.
Well, we know that Jack Thunderheart hasn't had much luck ever since losing that Vindication Heavyweight Championship to Pistolero at Battle Lines, but he is looking to bounce back, and what a better way to do so than against the Genesis upstart of Lucas Button.
And his opponent, Lucas Button.
You know, Lucas Button had a chance of a lifetime just 1 week ago when he faced off against William Black to try and qualify for tonight's Jailbreak Chamber. And can you imagine having been on Genesis for only, I believe, 2 to 3 months, coming up here, making an enemy out of William Black, and then going on to the Chamber? Like, what kind of trajectory do you think that could have been?
That could have been, it went straight for the stars. Could have been one of the top wrestlers here on Vindication. But alas, he did not win that match. I do like him making enemies, though. I feel like that's a smart, not a smart idea, but showing that he isn't scared of anyone on the Vindication roster.
And now here today, he faces Jack Thunderheart. You know, Lucas Button has, as you said, he has not been afraid. He has just been on and on about how great he is, leaving CJ Smith behind on Genesis, and it hasn't quite come to fruition. But if he gets a win over Jack Thunderheart today, I think it at least gives a little bit of semblance of pride for himself, if you will.
Yeah, but I don't think he needs any more of a pride boost. Clearly from the entrance, he has a ton of it himself.
And here we go. These two men are ready to go at it. Tag team partners just 2-3 weeks ago, and now handing off into one-on-one competition. We'll see Lucas Button push Jack Thunderheart over to the corner.
Will there be a clean break, though? Yes, that's surprising. Lucas seems like the type of... Oh, there it is. Just attacking Thunderheart right as the held was broken.
Look at that. You saw Jack Thunderheart going in for that clothesline. He kind of missed, though. Maybe misjudging the distance. Maybe already being a little bit red with rage, if you will.
Or maybe, maybe the nerves of becoming the leader of the Crimson Dragons might be getting to him. Looks like he's fine right now into a back suplex, landing right on his head.
And look at this. Here we're going to see the strength of Jack Thunderheart one more time. You know, this never ceases to amaze me. Jack Thunderheart is just able to lift almost anybody with ease. And for somebody his size, that is actually incredible, Ryan.
Clearly shows how much he's been working on the gym, how strong he actually is. And, that might also show how durable he is. It might take a lot of moves to end Thunderheart here, but, Thunderheart. Big clothesline, knocking Button down, stomping now. Lifts him up a bit. Oh, double axe handle right to the back.
And now here
clearly wanting to... Again, another double axe handle right to the back and going into the pin. Take out one. I think that was just a test. See where Button was at. See how strong he is right now. How durable he is. And stomp after stomp after stomp. And now into a head scissors. Big elbow. Thunderheart really showing his strength advantage, the ruthlessness he has. I think this might be because being the Crimson Dragons leader, you need to have this. You need to be an example for the rest of the wrestlers.
Especially after you saw the Crimson Dragons tag team earlier today get a successful victory, and when you have the YouTube champion who is also a Crimson Dragon in action later today. This is definitely a make or break for Jack Thunderheart as the leader of the Crimson Dragons, in my opinion at least.
Yeah, this can be the momentum shift. Maybe this match could be the momentum boost that Max Shearman needs later on in the night as Thunderheart, a punch right to the ribs. Twisting the arm now. Button kneeling, but fighting out of it. 3 punches right to the gut. Has him. It's like a suplex. No, dropping him back down. And then, showing his confidence once again. He really has a lot of that. Is it deserved? And, right now, if he's able to continue this run, he is. Big low drop kick there.
That kind of confidence almost reminds me a little bit of you, Ryan. You're a very confident individual yourself.
If I think I am if I have the momentum, I will be confident. But right now, Button, it didn't seem like he has it, but right now he does. He kind of missed the real impact, but was able to connect with the back elbow. Kick out at 2 from Thunderheart, though. This match is not over.
Definitely not over now as Lucas Bunn now grabs a hold of the leg here, but Thunderheart able to push him away, and this could be Thunderheart's opportunity to get back in this matchup as now he is able to grab a hold. Look at that, the blue Thunderheart bomb connects. That could be it for Lucas Bunn.
Button, if he made full contact with that elbow, I don't think Thunderheart would be able to do this. As ref is into the 1 count, Button showing the durability he has, showing the resilience. And but he's getting called up by Jack Thunderheart here.
A kick to the gut right there. Jack Thunderheart now lifts him up, and the Thunderbuster connects.
And that could be it. Ref with the pin. No! Kick out at 2.5. Thunderheart kind of mad about the pin there, but it was definitely before the 3 count. Big shoulder block from Button as he goes over to the corner. Waiting for Jack. Uh-oh.
He is just stalking his prey right now as Lucas Bunn now connects with that knee strike. And this right here, Ryan, could be all she wrote. Lucas Bunn into the pinfall, and Lucas Bunn has defeated Jack Thunderheart.
A former Vindication Heavyweight Champion, of the leader of the Crimson Dragons. This is a big win for Lucas Button, and that trajectory that he might have been on with Laws losing to William Black, he could be back onto that.
The winner of the match, Lucas Button.
You want to talk about a signature victory for Lucas Bunn. This is definitely the one. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the chairman. I've been joined by Ryan Quinn here at the commentary booth. We're about to bring on the Star Jammer here for the beginning of this pay-per-view, and we can't wait to get this show started. See you soon.
The final stop before Endgame is finally here. The Vindication locker room has geared up for one final obstacle. After a year, the Nemesis brand finally holds the Openweight Championship again. But standing in their way is Sarah LeBlanc, the person who last beat the former champion. A shocking debate last month at Supremacy showed us that we have more hungry people coming up to the grand stage. The gorgeous Ricky Valentine and Carl Stone will try to toss each other over the top rope one more time. A person who's proud of his heritage gets one final chance to try and make it to Endgame with gold around his waist. But he must slay a dragon if he wants to complete his goal. The tag team titles are on the line when Starjammer LLC attempts to topple the biggest roadblock on the entire roster. The behemoths of Vindication want gold, but will they be able to break the competition? And finally, 12 competitors, each divided into 2 chambers with 2 separate championships on the line, will go through hell and back to punch their tickets to our final show of the season. With the biggest prize around their waist, 2 dominant champions will walk in, but will they be able to walk out? Season 4 is almost coming to a close, but before we get to the end, the inmates will run the asylum. Watch out, Toronto. This is a jailbreak.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live once again here from Toronto, Canada. This is Jailbreak. We are just 1 month away from Endgame, the end of Season 4. I am joined here by Jay Scott. Jay, are you ready for the action here tonight?
Absolutely. It is an honor. It is a pleasure. It is a great time to be here in Toronto, Canada. It was great to hear, of course, from Ryan Quinn on the pre-show. I've taught the man everything he knows about doing commentary. But more importantly than that, we have got a huge stacked card ahead of us, starting off with a gigantic, and I mean gigantic, openweight championship match as Sheila, one of the biggest women in all of CWL, looks to test her massive strength against Sarah LeBlanc.
You know, this is going to be no easy feat for the new openweight champion. Sheila just recently defeated Lady Britannia actually a week ago to earn her way here. And you can already tell the crowd is ready because Sheila herself is Canadian. So this is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Also considering that Sarah LeBlanc also has a victory over the former openweight champion, Lady Britannia.
Absolutely. You know, that win, not a lot of people saw it coming. It kind of came out of nowhere, came out of the dark, just like Sarah LeBlanc herself. And she's going to have to use those same quick-witted, devious strategies if she wants to get the edge on the absolute monster of a champion we have right now, Sheila.
One thing to also remember here, Jay, is the fact that this, allegedly, according to the Black Rose, is going to be the DGC coming out party. The DGC currently holds the Women's Tag Team Championships along with Sarah Price. This is Sarah LeBlanc's opportunity to bring home the Openweight Championship. The Black Rose herself is going to attempt to bring the Vindication Women's Championship home. And then if she doesn't manage to do so, next month, Kaylin has already been confirmed to be the next contender for that Vindication Championship.
Absolutely. Look, that is a monumental test as well. Kaylin has been spoiling things for people all season long, absolutely wrecking people when it seems that the other person has a guaranteed victory. So you can never count Kaylin out. But more importantly, the Black Rose, her declaration that this is going to be the DGC coming out party. When the Black Rose says something, you listen. All right, I can tell you that from experience. When I run into her backstage, I stay the hell away, all right? Because she is a dangerous woman, and she runs with dangerous women. If she says that Sarah LeBlanc is going to capture the Openweight Champion tonight, the Openweight Championship tonight, you best believe it. And if she says that she's going to be capturing the Vindication Women's Champion tonight, you best believe that as well, because she knows what she's talking about, and she has the power, the force to back it up.
Now, Jay, let's be a little bit honest here with ourselves. Sarah LeBlanc and Sheila are two very different women with two very different frames and sizes. What do you think Sarah LeBlanc herself has to do in order to realistically capture the Openweight Championship against Sheila?
Absolutely. Now, look, I'm not a small competitor, all right? But there have been several times where I have been outsized by my opponent. And when that happens, the most important thing to do is keep out of their arm's reach and kind of go in for quick strikes that break them down slowly until you're able to hit that big move to take advantage to win the match. If Sarah LeBlanc wants any hope of winning here, she has got to stay away from those deadly hands of Sheila and kind of dart around the ring, using her speed advantage to hit her with strikes to bring her to the ground.
I think that's an entirely real possible strategy there, Jay, as now we see Sheila, the Openweight Champion, the brand new Openweight Champion, making her way to the ring right now here in her home country of Canada.
This is the big opportunity for her. You know, Sheila has had a lot of moments here where it seemed like she was, undisputedly the greatest in her class, and then she would fall. And now that she's finally got her hands on the gold, she has a big opportunity here to cement her name at the top if she can get this win over Sarah LeBlanc.
A lot of people thought that she was going to be the Supremacy Cup winner, but now we know that if she manages to walk out of this match, as a matter of fact, whichever woman manages to walk out of this match is going to be the one that faces the actual winner of the Supremacy Cup, Holly Queen, at Endgame.
The opening match of Jailbreak is set for 1 fall and is for the Openweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger, representing DGC, Sarah LeBlanc. And your champion, weighing 254 pounds, from Winnipeg, Manitoba, your openweight champion, Sheila.
And you could hear the crowd right there, Jay. They love Sheila here in Canada. You know, she's from Manitoba, but Canadians stick together.
Everything's kind of, you know, most CWL audiences aren't too big on Sheila, especially right now, given that she's been torturing dolls over the past couple weeks. But, you know, it's always nice to hear a superstar get that great home country reception, but she's going to have to earn it. She's going to have to earn that victory applause if she wants to get the win over Sarah LeBlanc here. But she's starting off huge, just slamming her face to the mat, absolutely pasting her there.
You know, I think this is going to be one of the matches that we have to really keep an eye on, make sure that people don't go to the outside too often. Because as we mentioned on the pre-show, we only have about 8 pads on the outside. And that is so we can fit this chamber out here. So if any of these fights go to the outside, people can actually use the concrete flooring as extra weapons, if you will.
That's very true. I can see that right there now. That is very, very dangerous. And now, just pounding her with the forearms. This is exactly what Sarah LeBlanc had to avoid. I don't know if you saw, but she started off this match with a great fish hooking of the eyes and nose. That is the kind of offense that she needs to do. Any kind of, you know, dirty, rule-bending kind of damage to take advantage. Oh, hold on. But Sheila giving her a taste of her own medicine. And extremely impressive following up with the German suplex. And now spinning her around, taking her head off her shoulders with the ripcord lariat.
And look at this. Now Sheila going for this chokehold right here. Almost a dragon sleeper with the scissors applied to the midsection. This has not got to feel good, as now Sarah LeBlanc is in a lot of trouble. But she's able to get out of it, as now she's able to go back on the attack on Sheila.
When you have the body scissors locked in addition to that huge dragon sleeper wrenching in on the neck, you have no room to breathe. Even if you're able to get a bit of air through your restricted throat, it still hurts an incredible amount to try to expand your rib cage to try to get that air into your lungs because of the body scissors being applied. And that is even more damaging when you consider that Sheila's legs are basically the size of tree trunks.
Now look at this. Sheila almost defiant than telling Sarah LeBlanc to bring the fight to her. And Sheila just manages to push her away. Now it looks like she's just taunting her size. You saw Sheila get down to her knees and still be about the same height as Sarah LeBlanc.
You know, this is what she's got to avoid. I understand that she's happy here to be in front of her home country crowd. It's exciting. You know, it's definitely not what she's used to, but she cannot let that distract her. She has got to stay focused here on Sarah LeBlanc. Despite the fact that she has the size advantage, if you're going up against someone who's allied with the Black Rose, you know they're dangerous as all hell.
Especially Sarah LeBlanc, you know, at a certain point, I believe Sarah LeBlanc was not just called demented, but unhinged as well. We haven't really seen that much from her as of late, but you know that that's still somewhere in the back of Sarah LeBlanc's head.
Absolutely, and just brutalizing her with this hold. I mean, Sarah LeBlanc, as dangerous as she is, if she doesn't have any blood going to her braid, it'll make it very difficult for her to mount a comeback, but able to force to release the hold here. Taking over with the arm drag. And power that I didn't expect from Sarah LeBlanc, tossing Sheila every which way into each corner of the ring, and now bouncing off the ropes. And oh my God, what a shot right to the face, maybe taking a couple of teeth out of the mouth of the she-monster.
And now this is exactly the kind of energy, the chaotic energy that we see from Sarah LeBlanc. As one clothesline connects, the second one does as well. And look at that super kick. I don't know how she was able to get that height, but now Sarah LeBlanc is all fired up. And we could be about to see a new openweight champion here, Jay, as Sarah LeBlanc is loading up. She is waiting for Sheila to drop down to a knee. And look at that, just connects with a knee strike.
Honor to the Savior, absolutely taking her head off of her shoulders. If her teeth didn't come out before, they certainly might now. But hold on, flipping her around. Sacrifice! Sacrifice to the Savior. Is it going to be enough to make Sheila tap? Is this it for the She-Beast? Is this it? Will Sarah LeBlanc? No! It looks like Sheila's working her way out of escaping the hold, firing the elbows right into the abdomen of Sarah LeBlanc.
Now this is going to be Sheila's opportunity to try and come back. Not only did she survive the honor to the Savior, but also the sacrifice to the Savior. But Sarah LeBlanc, oh, she was so close, literally just 1 second away from capturing the Openweight Championship.
Oh, a brutal miscalculation there by Sarah LeBlanc. She went for that headbutt, but was caught right with the meaty fist of Sheila, pounding directly into her temple, and looks like Sheila's not satisfied to stop there. She's following up with these vicious strikes.
And now Sheila is starting to want to come back. As look at that, she's starting to just rip Sarah LeBlanc's face off, now putting her down the mat. Oh, we just saw her do that to Lady Britannia last week, that demented stomp onto the mat. Will that be enough too? And Sheila walks away, still the Openweight champion.
A huge victory for Sheila there, able to capture the gold after nailing her with that stomp. How impressive.
The winner of the match and still your Openweight champion, Sheila.
Well, Sheila does manage to secure a victory here in front of her home country. Congratulations, Sheila, because up next, you have Holly Queen at Endgame, and what a task that is going to be.
Look, that is one of the most significant obstacles. Hold on. Wait, that's Garnet Court's music. What's he doing out here? He doesn't have a match scheduled for tonight.
Up next, we were supposed to have the over-the-top rope match between Carlson and Ricky Valentine, but you're right. Garnet Court is not scheduled for a match. He's not supposed to be out here, but hold on. We just heard the bell ring. He's in gear. Let me get with Faith Dolorosa. Give me 1 second.
All right, well, Garnet Court, we know him for getting huge victories over people, of course, like Tommy Hazard, and now more recently, getting a big victory over Sergeant Grotto. So he is definitely, the man of unexpected underdog victories. Not someone that kind of looks like an underdog, considering his towering size, but I wonder what opponent he'll have to go up against tonight that might, prove that theory true once again.
Well, Jay, I am just now getting word that Faith Dolorosa actually has a surprise for everybody here at Jailbreak. She didn't exactly tell me what it was, but she said that Garnet Court requested a matchup here today. And according to her, Garnet Court may have actually bitten off a little bit more than he could chew.
I gotta say, I'm very eager to find out what that means, considering that we've seen Garnet Court get wins over all kinds of surprising opponents over the course of his career. But if what you're saying is true, I mean, whoever this opponent is has got to be pretty monstrous.
Well, we're definitely about to find out. Even our ring announcer here was taken by surprise. He's just looking at me, shaking his head, like, I don't know what to do. Sorry, ring announcer. I honestly don't know what to expect either. But here we go. Garnet Court's opponent. Who's it going to be?
Whoever comes out of this door is Garnet Court's opponent. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's Troy Winters. That is Troy Winters, the longest reigning king of Genesis in history. And he is Garnet Court's opponent? Garnet Court has got to be kicking himself right now. He is going to be torn limb from limb.
Jay, look at this text from Faith. It literally just has a smiling face emoji.
Whoever taught Faith how to use the emoji keyboard needs to lose their job immediately, but Troy Winters making his way down to the ring. This is extremely bad news for Garnet Court and extremely good news for all the lovers of violence who like to watch CWL, because this man, I mean, I've almost never seen brutality like this man can unleash. I have seen what he's done to his opponents on Genesis. He has torn them apart, and he is looking to do the same thing here to Garnet Court. We might be witness to a massacre tonight.
I don't think you're wrong here, Jay. Honestly, Troy Winters is one of the most impressive individuals that has ever come out of Genesis. And the fact that he's here now on Vindication just goes to show how ready he is. He waited until the perfect moment to make his debut, and now he has the opportunity to do so. Garnet Court is no joke here, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a very, very hotly contested matchup.
Look at those rippling mobs.
This guy's just a giant. He's impressive. He's a giant. He's got okay, this is my first time getting to call a Troy Winters match, and let me just tell you, that's exactly what I expected right there. Now it looks like here Troy Winters is going to... Oh, look at that spine buster already. Troy Winters now starting to just slide Garnet Court to the middle of the ring. Troy Winters now picking up Garnet Court and flipping him over and planting him down.
Garnet Court just getting ready to obliterate Garnet Court. Troy Winters getting ready to obliterate Garnet Court. I cannot take my eyes off of the broken, twisted form of Garnet Court, that his name is the only thing that can come out of my mouth. And now here we go, wrenching back on the neck. Look at the arms, using his own arms to cut off his air supply. What a devious and brutal assault from Troy Winters here.
You know, I'm excited to see, now that we know that this is Troy Winters' official move to Vindication, this is going to be interesting to see what other kind of matches he's able to get. Garnet Court is not a small man, ladies and gentlemen, and Troy Winters, you can just see how bigger he is in the frame. What other kind of matches can we expect from Troy Winters now that he's here on the Vindication brand?
And now looking for the leg here, just catching him with the knee, and now another one right on the jaw. But Troy Winters just down to a knee, not even down to the ground yet. But with the elbow here, that might be a good step in that direction. And the shoulder tackles one after the other, obliterating Troy Winters.
Now Troy grabs a hold. Look at this, a T-bone suplex that just sends Garnet Court flying. As we see Troy Winters get Garnet Court back up to his feet and plants him down with another spine buster.
Flattens him like a pancake. That is huge. Oh, Garnet Court looks for another one of those strikes, perhaps looking for a kidney shot, but he gets flattened with the big boot.
The first cover of the matchup right there from Troy Winters, but Garnet Court able to kick out in this match will continue. As you mentioned, Jay, Garnet Court did recently just pick up a victory over Sergeant Grotto. That was Garnet's most recent matchup. So I fully believe that he can ride that momentum and play spoiler once again for somebody else.
That's true, but if this thing keeps going Troy Winters' way, we're going to have to be scraping Garnet Court off the canvas with a spatula because he was just nailed with the discus lariat there, pasting him to the mat.
And now he goes again for the pinfall. Here's Troy Winters. Has he just picked up a victory? That was a very close one, just about 1 second away from getting a victory. Troy Winters now, though, he's looking to do something big here. Lifts him up, and look at that! Plants him down. Spine shattering, spine buster. Troy Winters with a successful debut here on Vindication.
Getting the win on Jailbreak, no less, and Troy Winters' patented power was on display all the way through this match. That huge discus lariat knocked Garnet Court's head off his shoulders, and even though he was able to kick out, there was no coming back after that.
the winner of the match, Troy Winters.
Well, Troy Winters is officially a part of the Vindication brand, and you can already feel everybody is starting to quake in their boots in the back, because this man is going to be one tough case to crack.
Absolutely. He has got a lot going for him, and he is not going to stop as he tramples his way, stampedes towards gold here on Vindication.
And we were talking about this earlier, Jay, but now it's time for one of the most unique matches that we have ever seen in the CWL. Our very first ever over-the-top rope match, where all you got to do to win is send the other person over the top rope.
Absolutely. Carl Stone is going to get clothesline over the top rope, but that doesn't matter because we've got a great showing. Look, over the top rope matches, they've been tried and tested in other wrestling promotions, and quite frankly, I think it's innovative, I think it's creative, and I think it's going to be fantastic to watch.
The following match is an over-the-top rope match. Introducing first, weighing 196 pounds, from Washington, D.C., Carl Stone.
Carl Stone made his debut just last month at Supremacy in the actual Battle for Supremacy, and he believes that the only reason he doesn't have a perfect record right now, or didn't get the best foot on Vindication to start out with, is because Ricky Valentine tossed him over the top rope. Anybody can toss anybody else over the top rope, and Carl Stone wants to prove that here today.
Carl Stone, chock full of excuses. He is going to have to level up if he wants to compete with a legend like Ricky Valentine. Honestly, I hope Ricky Valentine just tosses him over the top rope in the first couple seconds. This guy, as long as I've known him, he's always been whining about how he deserves more, blah, 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 blah. He says he's been grinding, he says he's been working to rise to the top, but let me tell you, when you're as great as Ricky Valentine, you don't need to do any rising to the top, all right? He's already established as a CWL legend, and he's going to teach Carl Stone a lesson.
And his opponent, weighing 240 pounds, from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, the gorgeous Ricky Valentine.
Well, here he comes, Ricky Valentine, one of the original Nemesis champions, the very first main event of Endgame. When you talk about Ricky Valentine being a legend, you're not wrong, Jay. This man has almost done it all here in this company, and he still comes back and fights some more.
Well, look, he is finding an opportunity to make new firsts here, because though I completely agree he has done a lot, he has never won an over-the-top rope match because there's never been one.
Now, looking at this matchup and knowing the fact that Ricky Valentine holds the record for most eliminations at the Battle for Supremacy, is this a smart idea by Carl Stone to have challenged Ricky to this matchup?
Now, Carl Stone has never been one who is exceeding too much in the brains department, so quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's maneuvered himself into an unfriendly situation here, but they each have their advantages. I think that Ricky certainly has a lot more power and technique than Carl, but Carl's speed and agility could be a tipping point in this match if it happens to go that way. Really, I think the outcome of this match is a toss-up, and part of it is because I have relative inexperience with this kind of matchup, so I can't really say for sure who has the advantage.
And he's letting the people here in Toronto take it all in. Ricky Valentine does have a very deep connection with the Canadian crowd here in Toronto, but that connection is not going to help you stay inside the ring, Ricky. You got to stay focused. You got to do what you can, because Carl Stone literally trained for like 6 or 7 hours a day just for this matchup.
And now the two of them locking up. Excellent start to this match. Wrenching here on Ricky Valentine as Carl Stone, but Ricky able to turn it around, transition into a rear waistlock of his own, and slamming him down.
The one thing that we have to consider, I believe, that's going to be interesting about this matchup is the fact that in the Battle for Supremacy, you are fighting 30 other men, basically 29 other men, trying to, not get tossed over or anything. But here, you're fresh. It's just one-on-one. There's no other factors other than just you two inside the ring, and one of you has to go over the top rope. How much does that change the strategy?
I mean, at any time, the thing about the battle for supremacy is when those last two competitors are there and they're trying to eliminate each other, they're already worn out. They're on their last legs, and they're doing whatever they can to survive. These two men are going into a very similar circumstance, but they're fresh. They're on top of their game. I think that changes the strategy drastically. Although, now, I can't say for sure.
Oh, look at this here. Carl about to send Ricky over. Is this going to be it? Ricky Valentine trying to hang on. But Ricky Valentine connects with that elbow to the back of the head.
But Carl just too fast, able to pick him up and get the front slam before Ricky is able to get to his feet. And I was taken aback for a second because Carl Stone was able to hit a standing corkscrew moonsault and looks for a, I guess a corkscrew shooting star press there, but not quite able to get it as Ricky slams him with the German suplex. That display of athleticism has totally taken me off guard.
That was actually very impressive, as you mentioned, by Carl Stone. I've never seen anybody do flips like that before, but it is very dangerous to go up to the top rope like that, because if you do, you could just get pushed off, and then you would be eliminated. Maybe a little bit, a bit of change of plans has to come from Carl Stone.
Yeah, and then trying a very similar strategy here is Ricky Valentine. Carl Stone doing whatever he can to hang on to that rope. Oh, and just barely avoiding elimination there. But now he's getting booted. The boot pressing against the chest, against the face of Carl Stone.
And look at that. Carl Stone just attacking the leg of Ricky Valentine, able to slide his way back inside the ring. As now Carl Stone flips him over. Look at that Hurricane Rana. Beautiful form.
Great Hurricane Rana whip there. Now bring Ricky Valentine back to the feet. Oh, looking for that leaping kick. But Ricky Valentine out of the way. Oh, what a shoulder breaker.
Now Ricky Valentine full control here with the scissors to the head there and connecting with some elbows as well. Ricky Valentine now brings up Carl Stone to his feet, but Carl able to counter into that fireman's carry.
And now bounces off the ropes. This is a bad situation. Hits the neck breaker, but that was close. If Ricky Valentine had been a touch quicker, he could have turned that into a back body drop that sent Carl Stone flying over the top rope. That was extremely risky on Carl's part.
Carl Stone able to catch that kick though, and now able to go after the legs of Ricky Valentine. I think if I were Carl, or Ricky for that matter, I would try and go for the arms. The arms is where you're going to get a lot of strength to hold on to the ropes. If you try and weaken the arms, you're not going to be able to hold on to the ropes, and you'll get an easier elimination.
I think you're absolutely right there. That is definitely a good call. As well, the legs, all the limbs in this kind of match is essential. And hold on. Oh, Carl Stone going for the lariat that could have sent Ricky Valentine over the top rope, but Ricky able to catch him with the elbow before he was able to do that. And right here is an example of where those arms come into play. Ricky Valentine is using all of his arm strength to hang on to the rope before Carl is able to eliminate him, but the boot is pressed firmly into the abdomen, but Ricky Valentine just too strong. There's the elbow into the shin of Carl Stone.
And now, oh, look at that!
The snake bite out of nowhere, that dragon twist cutter sending his face crashing onto the ground.
But Ricky Valentine is already back up to his feet as if that snake bite was absolutely nothing. As now Ricky Valentine able to get that Northern Lights suplex, picks up Carl Stone, but Carl Stone able to fight back still.
That is the resiliency that Ricky Valentine has in his arsenal. The ability to shrug off massive amounts of damage like the snake bite. A move that was able to secure Carl Stone the King of Genesis Championship. And now looks for the dropkick here.
Ricky Valentine slow to get back up to his feet, having to use the ropes. Maybe the gas tank is starting to empty. This is starting to look a lot like the finish to the Supremacy matchup. But Carl Stone trying to fight him back. Ricky Valentine counters. And now Ricky Valentine has Carl Stone in a precarious position here. Is this going to be it?
Will he get him out here? Oh, sent over the top, and Ricky Valentine has won the over-the-top rope match. What a victory.
the winner of the match, the gorgeous Ricky Valentine.
Well, congratulations to Ricky Valentine as he proves that the battle for supremacy was not a fluke here, and he tosses Carl Stone over the top rope.
Absolutely huge. That power that he displayed to get him over the top and the technique he applied when slowly weakening the limbs, very impressive. I'm very curious as to what's next for Ricky Valentine here on Vindication, but we have got a lot coming up before we can think about that.
We do have a YouTube Championship match coming up next, Jay, and this is Griteri's final chance to try and walk into Endgame as champion. Do you think he's going to accomplish it?
Look, he has been on fire this season, and quite frankly, I think he's got all the tools in his arsenal to take down Max Shearman and secure the gold for himself. What we are looking at here with Griteri is the uncrowned YouTube champion.
You know, it's kind of, to me, it's kind of funny that we're a month away from Endgame, and we're here in Canada, because in just 1 month, we're going to go to the other side of North America, and we're going to go to Mexico for Endgame. You know, my homeland as well. Just as Griteri is proud to be Mexican, I am as well. But Griteri is doing everything in his power to secure a spot on that card. And becoming YouTube champion will absolutely secure you a spot on that card. And I think Griteri can do it. I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch, because Max Shearman is an absolute monster of a YouTube champion. But I think Griteri can pull it off.
Absolutely he can. This man is El Nuevo Orgullo de Mexico for a reason, okay? I've been taking some Spanish lessons. I don't know if you caught that.
That was impressive, Jay. That was really good.
You know what? Thank you. Finally, a little bit of the respect I deserve. But that's because Griteri has been giving me personal lessons, all right? This man has a knowledge of a lot of people, all right? I know a lot of Mexican Americans who don't know a lot about their own culture, all right? Guterres not like that. He's straight from Mexico, all right? He knows his heritage. He knows what is going on here. He knows the stakes of going into Endgame with that championship around his waist. He is like none other. And he is going to show the world why he deserves to be YouTube champion.
Well, standing across the ring from him is going to be Max Shearman, the two-time YouTube champion. The first time he captured that championship, he was undefeated. This time, he defeated MD, one of the most impressive YouTube champions we have had in the history of the CWL. He's right up there along the likes of Tommy Hazard and Chris Princess as the most impressive YouTube champions we've had. So I honestly think that this is going to be a much closer matchup than people anticipate. And I will not be surprised if Max Shearman walks away with the victory and just crushes Griteri's hopes and dreams to be at Endgame next month.
Max Shearman has a lot of tools in his arsenal, but the question is his best shot, the final breath DDT, going to be enough to conquer the daggers and that devastating corkscrew forearm strike that Griteri throws out to finish his matches? If you're asking me, I gotta say, I do not think the answer is yes. I think that Griteri has the tools to succeed here because Max Shearman has signed himself up with a bunch of goofballs, with a bunch of jokers, a bunch of losers, the Crimson Dragons, and that is going to be his downfall, trusting in others. Unlike the Church of Steel, the group that Griteri has signed himself up with, they fight for the top, all right? They sharpen each other like swords. That is what Griteri has in his arsenal.
The following match is set for 1 fall and is for the YouTube Championship. Introducing first the challenger, representing the Church of Steel, weighing 200 pounds, from Mexico City, Mexico, Griteri. And your champion, representing the Crimson Dragons, weighing 225 pounds, from London, England, your YouTube champion, Max Shearman.
Well, Jay, it is finally time. Griteri's final opportunity to make it onto the endgame card as a champion. He came up short in winning the battle for supremacy. He came up short in qualifying for tonight's Jailbreak Chamber match. But this, against Max Shearman, is going to be one tough test.
The referee ringing the bell. I'm very curious as to who's going to get the initial bit of offense here. And it seems to be Max Shearman as he flies around, floats through, and just nails the German suplex. And now looks for a clubbing blow on Grateri's head. But Grateri just too quick, catches him with a kick right to the jaw.
Now Grateri here already holding down Max Shearman and planning down with the knee. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see who is able to truly get out of the gate first. These two are just landing heavy shot after heavy shot, trying to empty the tank as fast as possible. But, you know, this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You got to save your energy because this match could go on for a long time. Both of these men are, you know, they're very capable of a lot of things. And look at this, Grateri now almost got a victory there.
I was going to say, very interesting technique from these two. Max Shearman started out early with those huge suplexes and Grateri with the strikes. But then Max Shearman went for a strike of his own and Grateri was able to counter with the suplex. I find it very interesting that they're both kind of testing the waters with all variety of offense in order to get the edge over their opponent. They're not just going with one thing that they're comfortable with. They know that they have to give it everything they've got to come away with the YouTube Championship, one of the most prestigious titles in all of professional wrestling, here tonight. Now Max Shearman wrenching on the shoulder.
And look at this. Now Max Shearman grabs a hold of Grateri and plants him down with that neck breaker, that interesting neck breaker. Maybe is a technique of the Crimson Dragons that we don't get to see quite often that he's bringing out here, as now Max Shearman taunts to the crowd and then goes for the pinfall. Not very smart there, if I'm being honest, Jay.
And now that momentary pause, that break in his offense may have enabled him, may have enabled that crack in the armor, may have allowed Grateri to nail him with that Reyes DT.
And look at this, the Latin mix-up. This is how he took down Zistro Horror. Is this how he's going to capture the YouTube Championship as well? Oh, Max Shearman very smart to grab the ropes, not allowing Grateri to get the dagger's end. But that Poison Rana connects, as now Grateri is in full control of this matchup.
He has got it. His eyes are locked. He has got the full advantage of his opponent here. Nails him right in the face with the dagger's end.
The dagger's end connects, but do we have a new YouTube champion? Grateri has captured the YouTube Championship, defeating Max Shearman. Grateri is going to endgame.
The winner of the match and your new YouTube champion, Grateri.
With that title in his hands, Grateri knows that he's punched his ticket to Endgame, but whoever decides, whoever is able to challenge him for that title at Endgame, will they be able to escape the dagger's end, or will El Nuevo Orgullo de Mexico cement his legacy in his home country in just 1 month's time?
What a feel-good moment there for Grateri. You know that he wanted this moment, and although I don't condone the actions of the Church of Steel, I very much commend Grateri for getting it done. But Jay, this is called Jailbreak. We have the Jailbreak Chamber. We've got our first one coming up. Who you got in this crazy matchup?
Well, you know, it's pretty clear. You know, I have to support Yu Nishimura. But if she's not able to win, we've got the Black Rose in there. These are two extremely heavy hitters, but it's anyone's game.
The following match is the Women's Jailbreak Chamber match and is for the Vindication Women's Championship. Introducing first, weighing 132 pounds, from Boston, Massachusetts, Catherine Love.
Well, it seems that Catherine Love is one of the lucky people that drew the numbers where you don't have to start the chamber. The first 4 people that come in are going to be locked inside those pods, and then after a predetermined amount of time, they're going to start joining in on the matchup. You do not want to be the first or second person in this matchup, Jay, because then that's really going to test your stamina and you have less chance of winning this match.
I mean, look, I completely agree, and Catherine Love has had a hell of a year so far, becoming the first ever women's Triple Crown champion here in CWL. And now she's got to be kicking herself that through luck of the draw, she's going to be in a chamber, or in a pod.
Representing the fabulous Furious Freaks, weighing 135 pounds, from San Jose, California, Valencia.
Valencia is a former 6-time women's champion, Jay. If you want to talk about experience, it doesn't get any bigger than Valencia. And the fact that she's here and she's going to have to fight her fabulous Furious Freak sister, Rox, just goes to show how important being a champion is to Valencia.
Look, these two, I know that no matter who wins, there won't be any hard feelings between the two. If one of them does come out of the chamber with that championship around their waist, they know that the most important thing is keeping the gold within the fabulous Furious Freaks, and having another person representing their group is essential for swaying the odds in their favor.
And again, she hasn't tasted gold all season long, Jay. We talk about her being a 6-time champion, but she hasn't been a champion at all this season. I think it's a first for Valencia. And now she has the opportunity to capture gold and possibly walk into Endgame as a 7-time champion. She is not going to let that opportunity go to waste.
Representing the DGC, weighing 115 pounds, currently residing in Tokyo, Japan, the Black Rose.
Well, the Black Rose is going to be inside one of those pods, and she promised again that this was going to be DGC's night. Sarah LeBlanc unfortunately came up a little bit short earlier up against Sheila, but those women's championships are staying put, and we know that they have Vanity next month at Endgame. But do you think that the Black Rose can capture that Vindication Championship?
I'll give you 2 words. Hell yeah. Look, when you see Black Rose locked inside one of those pods, if you're a competitor in this match, you are just counting down the seconds until you know you are going to have to tangle with one half of the most dominant tag team champions in CWL's history. The best enemies have been tearing through this company and many others. They've recently defended against the Hunt for, I suppose, the final time, but Black Rose is not letting that slow her down one bit. Her thirst for gold has not been quenched.
Representing Starjammer LLC, weighing 195 pounds, from Sapporo, Japan, the Shoot Fighter Princess, Yui Nishimura.
Yui Nishimura got a chance at this championship at Battle Lines. This is her second opportunity at this very championship. And Jay, I know that this is your pick, but being one of those pods, we don't know when they're going to be released. Do you have any insight on when you think she's gonna be let out?
I haven't heard. The numbers were given immediately before the competitors went out, so I have no clue when she's going to be entering. But I know in my heart of hearts that she's going to win and make me a ton of money.
And the competitors starting this chamber match, weighing 150 pounds, from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Danielle Wright.
Danielle Wright is one of the unlucky people to be one of the starting members of this matchup, but Jay, Rox hasn't come out yet.
Which means that she is going to be starting this match alongside Danielle Wright. And a lot of people, if they were in Danielle Wright's shoes, would be absolutely kicking themselves right now. They would think, oh God, why did I have to be locked in this pod with one of the most dominant women's champions of all time? But Danielle Wright is just thinking that she knows she can do this because she is hard as nails.
You know, if I'm Danielle Wright right now, I would be scared of the fact that I have to be locked in with Rox with 4 more people coming through. And I mean, we're waiting for the champion, as now Danielle Wright is just surveying the land. And look at that. You saw the way that she just stared daggers at Yui Nishimura. We know those two have a past.
Representing the fabulous Furious Freaks, weighing 275 pounds, from Buffalo, New York, your Vindication Women's Champion, the monster known as Rox.
Well, here she comes, the Vindication Women's Champion, Rox. And I know that this isn't good odds for her to be the starter of this matchup, but Rox has been one of the most impressive Vindication Women's Champions we've had in the history of the CWL. She won that championship last year at Endgame. She lost it a few months later to Olivia Mistral, but just 2 months after that, she took a little bit of a hiatus, came back, won the championship again, and hasn't lost it since. She's been synonymous with the Vindication Championship this year.
I mean, just look at her. She's a beast. She knows what she's here to do, and what she's here to do is hurt people. But she has got a hell of a task ahead of her. She's got to go through not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 other women if she wants to hold on to that championship, because she is starting this match in the number 1 position.
And here we go. The bell has rung. It is official. Danielle Wright and Rox are beginning this matchup, and now Rox immediately plants Danielle Wright with ease.
And now, just wrenching on the neck, already knotting up the muscles of Danielle Wright. And Rox knows that she's going to be in here for a long time, so she is working towards offense. She is working towards a goal that will keep her in this match for a long time. She's not wasting energy, but she is breaking down her opponent. However, Danielle Wright is thinking exactly the same thing, already stretching and tearing at the ligaments that make up Rox's arm.
You know, it's going to be very interesting to see who's going to be the first person to join this matchup here into this Jailbreak Chamber matchup, because it's not a desirable spot to be the number 3 entrant, but you at least have a little bit more of an advantage. And as I say that, we see the timer already starting to count down.
And now flattening her with the forearm heel. Rox, oh my God, grabbing the hair and sending her flying into the room. And now just pounding on the face. But who is coming out next? Here we go. It's the Black Rose, and Rox immediately changes her target because she knows what a danger the Black Rose is to her chances of holding on to that championship.
The Black Rose was one of the latest competitors to take Rox to the limit. And, you know, Black Rose has said that she took Rox lightly, and that is what cost her the match. And you're right, the Black Rose is one of the most scary individuals in this entire chamber, because the Black Rose has been women's champion for almost a year now.
She is dominant, especially when she has gold around her waist. But now it looks like things have gotten a lot more complicated between the 3 women in the ring. Rox and Danielle Wright on their feet. Black Rose has been sent crashing onto the steel. Those just steel pads on the outside. There is no give there. That is rock solid metal.
Now you can see it right here. We've got another entrant joining the fray. Who is it going to be? It is going to be Valencia, the 6-time women's champion, now making her way inside the ring to Danielle Wright, as now both of these women are starting to pair off.
And it's very interesting that, of course, the two fresher women have gone up against the women who started this match. Black Rose locking up with Rox, and Valencia now wrenching on the neck of Danielle Wright.
And it's interesting to see here Valencia and Danielle Wright go at it. They just faced off against each other at the Supremacy Cup. But hold on, Valencia going up to the top. Look at that. She just dove from the top of the pod.
Cross-body from insane heights. Will that be enough to eliminate Danielle Wright? Can she get the pinfall? Oh, she's going right for Rox. Lands her with the kick. What a way for Valencia to start off this match, coming careening off the pod. Insane.
Now we've got the next entrant coming in. This is going to be entry number 5. And Catherine Love is number 5. Jay, you must be happy right now because Yui Nishimura got the best spot.
Oh man, that's so crazy. And you know, I heard that Faith De La Rosa is enjoying an all expenses paid resort trip this coming week. So that is really nice. Whoever was kind enough to gift her that. And in completely unrelated news, Yui Nishimura has the huge advantage of coming out last in the Jailbreak Chamber.
And now this field is just starting to turn into an absolute war zone as we see the Black Rose and Valencia start mixing it up. Look at that. A beautiful face plant on the outside. As you mentioned, that is steel outside, ladies and gentlemen. That face buster did not feel good to Valencia.
And now it is just breaking down pure chaos here. Catherine Love about to be on the receiving end of that drop kick, that huge, tremendous drop kick there from the Black Rose. And now, oh my God, the claw locked in, just wrenching on the face. But Yui Nishimura has made her entrance into this match.
Yes, she has, as we see Rox possibly about to be eliminated. She was run up against the chain link on the outside, but that was a very close call. Now all 6 women are out, Yui Nishimura being the freshest. And now, Jay, it is elimination style. If you lose or you get pinned submitted, then you're out of this matchup. Last woman standing wins, and they get to go to endgame as the Vindication champion.
Now, of course, we do at the moment have an even number of women, so everyone is paired off, and oh! I felt the breath come out of my lungs there after Catherine Love dropped that knee onto the ribs of the Black Rose, of course, whose back was on the steel. That was atrocious offense. That is a possible career-ending maneuver.
And now here we see Rox and Danielle Wright up in the top part of the chamber. We see Valencia and Yui Nishimura fight inside the ring as Valencia spinebuster Yui Nishimura, but Yui able to kick out at 1. And then we see Black Rose and Catherine Love fighting at the bottom part of the chamber.
And now it looks like Rox is looking to spell the end here for Danielle Wright. Has her up on the shoulders, and boom, Hard Rox looking to get the elimination here.
Is that going to be enough? 2, and that's it. Danielle Wright is eliminated from this matchup, and now Rox goes on to her next prey as she looks like she's got her eyes on Yui Nishimura.
And now these two, and Valencia has not taken her eyes off of Yui either, but now it looks like both women have focused their attention on the 6-time champion before going back to each other.
And look at here, you can see the soul glitch coming from the Black Rose as she's connecting with those repeated super kicks to Catherine Love. Those two have a lot of history being part of the White Lotus for such a long time, but now the Black Rose is looking to eliminate Catherine Love, and she was unable to do so, at least for the time being.
There we go, the winds have changed. That super kick barrage not quite able to get the pinfall, but we know that that is not the greatest weapon that Black Rose has in her arsenal. Here she goes, decolation. She is looking to take the head off of Catherine Love's shoulders. Will this be enough? Oh my God, Catherine Love forced to tap. Black Rose has gotten her first elimination in this match.
And that's exactly how she defeated Hyon at Battle Lines. That was no easy feat, as now the Black Rose, as you mentioned, has eliminated Catherine Love, and we're down to the final 4.
And now Yui here looking for the pinfall on the outside. Is this enough to take down the Black Rose? No. Oh no.
Wait, where's Rox going? Where's Rox going?
Oh my God! Rox catapulting herself off the pod, but she misjudged the distance. She nailed that crossbody directly onto the wood of the canvas. This could be enough to get herself eliminated, but no. At 2.99, she's able to get the kick out. What a tremendous amount of damage she just did to herself.
Misjudging the distance, unfortunately, there by Rox, but she is able to bounce back, and now we see the Fabulous Furious Freaks fighting against each other. I don't know if they had a deal with themselves in the back or not, but now Rox is looking to eliminate Valencia here. And, I mean, Black Rose and Yui Nishimura are still fighting on the outside.
But it looks like Black Rose has decided, I was going to say turn her focus to the competitors inside the ring, but perhaps she just wanted to get a little bit of a status report just to see how things were going between these two before she focuses once again on the J-Pop shoot fighter. But the arm breaker there. What a devastating move from the Black Rose. And hold on, it looks like Valencia has even more devastating moves in her arsenal as she destroys Rox with La Revolucion.
2 count. And that's it! Valencia has eliminated Rox!
We will have a new champion no matter how this match ends. And now it looks like Yui Nishimura and Valencia have turned their sights on each other. Big DDT there as Valencia makes her way back into the ring. She is all by herself. And now, looking for the knee drop, and she goes knee first onto the steel. That is absolutely deadly.
I'm absolutely shook right now, Jay. I can't believe we're going to have a new Vindication Women's Champion here, and especially in the fashion that Rox went out. You know, Valencia, they're teammates. I expect them to stick together till the end, but now Valencia may have actually just cost the Fabulous Furious Freak that championship.
And now, Black Rose with the speed, able to get a slight advantage on Yui, but Valencia follows up, looks to take advantage of her own. And now Yui on Valencia. These 3 women are all attacking each other. It is no holds barred out here. Yui able to push Valencia away. I was going to say perhaps looks to follow up with one of those devastating kicks, but now it looks like these 2 competitors, Black Rose and Valencia, are focused on each other. Black Rose backed up into the pod, slammed against it by Valencia. Sent into the ring, Yui starting to make a recovery.
Now, all of these women, they know that they have the golden ticket in their hands, but who is going to be the one that is able to take advantage of it, as we see there. Oh my God! Has Yui Nishimura just eliminated the Black Rose?
And especially after Valencia was caught with the kill shot from Black Rose, Yui was immediately able to capitalize and nailed that kick in it right there on Black Rose's jaw, but Black Rose able to escape the leg side, the leg attempted headlock there, but followed up with that huge spinning drop.
It was definitely a bad move on the part of Yui Nishimura. I think that could have been Valencia eliminated. She may have just made a mistake. She may have thought that was an opening, especially after that kick in it to the Black Rose. But, you know, mistakes are made, and that's okay. That is how we learn. But now the Black Rose, she just completely crumbled Yui Nishimura there, and that could be the elimination as she goes into the pinfall. 1, 2, and Yui Nishimura is out. It is going to be Valencia or the Black Rose that are going to become our new Vindication champion.
And of course, Valencia, she has had just had a single-minded thought about going high, and she is able to crush her with the crossbody from the pod. That is tremendous. That is the second one of these she's hit in this match. But the question is, does Black Rose have what it takes to kick out, or is the title staying around the waist of the Fabulous Furious Freaks? No! Valencia able to taste gold once again. She is our Vindication Women's Champion once again in Season 4. That is huge.
7-time Vindication Women's Champion. Completely unheard of here in the CWL. No one has the accolade like Valencia does. No one's even close, Jay. And now she just added another one to the belt. What a performance. Valencia is going to Endgame, and she's actually going to be facing Kaylin, another DGC member. What a match.
the winner of the Women's Jailbreak Chamber match, and your new Vindication Women's Champion, Valencia.
Well, congratulations to Valencia. She again becomes the Vindication Women's Champion. Again, 7 times, almost unheard of. But ladies and gentlemen, as we're about to start raising the chamber here in just a second, we're going to hear from Sergeant Hunter. And Jay, your match is up next. Shouldn't you be getting ready?
Absolutely. I got to do my stretches. I got to do my, calisthenics, all that great preparation. Sergeant Hunter is going to have a great statement. Sergeant Grotto, pardon me. But I'm out of here. See ya.
Well, as Jay starts to leave the commentary table, I don't know how smart it was to stay here this long, but alas, we're going to get some explanation from Sergeant Hunter here, and I'm excited to hear about this. I know that I'm sorry, I keep saying Hunter. It's still such a mind-bending circumstance here because it looks like Hunter, but it's not. It's Sergeant Grotto, and hopefully there's an explanation here about what's going to happen at Endgame.
For years, I've been in Sergeant Hunter's shadow, listening to him preach teamwork and backstage unity. What a weakling. Trying to quote, unquote, set an example of what a leader should be. He was an idiot when he worked for me, and he's an idiot in this too. I was there the day the doctor put his hand on my soldier. That should have been my hand. That should have been my honor. And Sergeant Hunter would go on to have a so-called illustrious and honorable military career. Honorable my ass. He's lazy, stupid, and lucky. That's all he is. I tried to get the chain of command to see the truth, but their answer was always the same. As long as what he does makes the military look good, we can overlook the small stuff. I decided if they weren't going to expose that fraud, I was going to expose that fraud. But then he took everything away from me. Sure, I made some money out of Afghanistan, but did anyone need to know? Sergeant Hunter made sure everyone knew. What did I get for it? Dishonorable discharge. I lost everything. Now Sergeant Hunter will lose everything. I'm gonna buy his house. I'm gonna turn it into a crack house. I'm going to hire a photographer, Photoshop Warren Hunter making some illegal bets. I'll send his wife some texts from Hunter and his mistress. I'll empty his bank account. He'll have nothing. I'll take his GM spot on NIEW and destroy everything there.
Well, it looks like Sergeant Hunter, Warrant Officer Hunter has heard enough because Sergeant Hunter actually got a bit of a promotion, if you will, from the military ranks due to his actions here in the CWL. And now it looks like we're going to hear from Hunter.
I'm going to stop you right there, Grotto. You aren't going to do any of that. And you sure as hell aren't going to touch the NIEW. That's sacred land to me. But that's why you chose it, didn't you? Well, I'm here to stop you at all costs, including your tirade here. At Endgame, you and I are going to face each other in that very ring. And when I beat you, when I win, you leave the CWL universe forever. No CWL, no NIEW, nothing. And when you leave, you'll leave the same way you came in. A fraud. Well, if I'm going to accept that match, there needs to be something I want. Well, I want the NIEW. And I'll make the NIEW into my own vision as GM. And one more thing. That match is going to be a boot camp match. You're challenging me to a boot camp match with one of us becoming the NIEW GM? You're on, Grotto.
Well, I guess we now have a boot camp match set for Endgame, but what the hell's a boot camp match? I'm honestly at a loss for words here, ladies and gentlemen. Normally, I know what happens here, and I know the stipulations and everything, but I don't know what the hell a boot camp match is. I honestly don't, and I wish I had more information, but we're going to try and get Ryan Porter on the case. We're going to find out what a boot camp match is, because, ladies and gentlemen, up next, we have the CWL Tag Team Championship match between Starjammer LLC and the Broken Standard. This match is groundbreaking. We have never seen the Nemesis Heavyweight Champion on a Jailbreak show. This is the first time, and that is the kind of influence and power that Starjammer LLC has amassed for themselves over the last few months. Now the Broken Standard has an opportunity to start the descent of Starjammer LLC. Are they going to be able to do it? We're about to find out as we see the Broken Standard making their way out here, obviously paying respect to one of the greatest tag teams of all time, of recent times, if you will. And the Broken Standard has been nothing short of incredible the past few months, completely running through every single team that has been put in front of them, whether it is the Crimson Dragons, whether it is the Fabulous Furious Freaks. It doesn't matter. They have basically stood up to the challenge, faced it head on, and absolutely dismantled it. But this is the tag team champions. The Broken Standard has actually had a championship opportunity before, and it didn't really go their way. But a lot of people say that it is because it was a warfare match. They didn't get to tag in and out. There was more teams involved in the entirety of the defense. So this is actually the first one-on-one, team-on-team match that the Broken Standard has had. And with the kind of momentum that they have made for themselves, it's almost laughable to say that they don't have a chance. You know, obviously, if Jay Scott were here with me right now, he would say that it is undeniable that Starjammer LLC would win. This is honestly two trains running at each other, and only one train is going to be coming out as tag team champions. Well, now we await Starjammer LLC to make their way into the ring. And again, I can't overstate how amazing it is that we have the Nemesis World Champion here on a Vindication show. We have the rules strictly set to keep the brands separated, because that's just how the legal team works. That's how the contracts here work at the CWL. We want to make sure that people represent their brands as to the best of their ability. So the Nemesis World Champion has never had the opportunity to come over here until now. Rodrigo Del Gaiso this is his first year with the company. And from the beginning, Starjammer himself, Jay Scott, has said that he was going to be the future of the CWL. He saw something in him. And now look at this. 1 year later, not even 1 year later, he is the current Nemesis champion and one half of the current tag team champions. But across the ring from them stands the Broken Standard. They're used to breaking people, and they're used to completely breaking streaks. I think this is the most danger that Starjammer LLC has ever been in, literally in their whole tenure here in the CWL. And if they manage to get through the Broken Standard, Rodrigo Del Gaiso has an opportunity to walk into Endgame as a double champion.
The following match is set for one fall and is for Tag Team Championships. Introducing first, the challengers, at a combined weight of 1,724 pounds. Edward Bronson, Brubble, the Broken Standard. And your champions, at a combined weight of 436 pounds, Jay Scott, Rodrigo Del Gaiso, your tag team champions, Starjammer LLC.
You know, we may have to do some research on this whole 1,700 pounds thing. I'm pretty sure that's how much two fully grown male tigers weigh. But I highly doubt that that's how much the Broken Standard weighs. But if it were to be true, those two just outsize Starjammer LLC by almost 4 times. As we see now, Brubble getting started alongside Rodrigo Del Gaiso. The Nemesis champion is starting the matchup here. And, you know, recently we saw on Nemesis that Connor Gates took that opportunity from Tora Khan to go into Endgame for a championship opportunity. We haven't heard from Connor Gates who he's going to go up against, but you can imagine that Rodrigo Del Gaiso is in his sights as we see Del Gaiso here start to twist up Brubble. This is the one thing that the Broken Standard has had an issue with ever since they came together. All the technical wrestlers always just seem to get the better of them, at least until the Broken Standard is able to just power through. Rodrigo Del Gaiso has an opportunity here to really set the blueprint on how to defeat the Broken Standard. And if there's anybody in my mind that can accomplish it, it is definitely Rodrigo Del Gaiso. Now we see Brubble get the tag here. And now Edward Bronson is in. This is going to be dangerous, dangerous territory here because one block breaker gets locked in. It could be all she wrote. There's now Del Gaiso here. Gets the kick, gets Brubble on the outside, but now Brubble able to counter it with a kick of his own. And look at that, gets the tag. Brubble is back in. Rodrigo, I think, just retreating a little bit, trying to get the tag to Jay Scott, unable to do so. As now Brubble, oh, Edward Bronson grabbing Rodrigo Del Gaiso and dragging him to the outside. This is very, very dangerous territory for one half of the tag team champions. Brubble now getting the best of Rodrigo Del Gaiso on the outside as the referee continues to count. We do have up to the count of 20 here, ladies and gentlemen, to get back inside the ring before they are counted out. Now, in case of a count out, Starjammer LLC does retain the championships. So, I mean, if I'm Rodrigo Del Gaiso, I want to keep Brubble out here until the 20 count. We're up to a count of 7 now. We got to get back inside the ring. This is Rodrigo's opportunity to try and weaken Brubble and keep him on the outside to retain those championships. But we know that Rodrigo is a very, very proud champion. He is not going to take that route. He wants to make sure that he's the best and he defeats the best. We're up to a count of 11 now. As Rodrigo Del Gaiso uses the steps to take down Brubble. Using everything in your environment to keep your championships. That is exactly what you should be doing as champion. Brubble now gets back inside the ring and goes right back out to break the count. We restart whenever that does happen, so the referee is down to a count of 1. And you can see just Edward Bronson there staring at the action. That is just a scary sight, honestly. Edward Bronson is just a scary individual. He towers almost over everybody here on the entire roster for Vindication. We're at a count of 6 as the referee continues the count. Del Gaiso, though, sends Brubble back in. And here we go. Both men are back inside the ring. Del Gaiso now. Oh, Jay Scott with a cheap shot to the back. And now there's a tag right there. Hold on. The Starjammer now go for the moneymaker. This could be all she wrote. Brubble is in a lot of trouble. Jay Scott going for the pinfall, but Edward Bronson grabs the attention of the referee. As now Jay Scott, could he have just done it? Have we seen them retain the championships? No, Brubble given a lot of time there to recover and still with the wherewithal to kick out before the 3 and keep this match going for the Broken Standard. Now Jay Scott showing off a little bit. We have seen Jay Scott's confidence be at an all-time high as of late. Obviously, having the Vindication Championship, Nemesis Championship, Tag Team Championships, you know, almost everything at the disposal of Starjammer LLC. This is what Starjammer promised himself, and he has delivered. But now on the eve of Endgame, are they going to be able to keep those championships as we see Jay Scott now just sit back on the lower back of Brubble, twisted him backwards with that camel clutch. But Brubble able to escape, and now using the turnbuckles to his advantage. I think I saw Jay Scott's head bounce off of the turnbuckles there. And now Brubble, I think he was trying to go for a vertical suplex, but Jay Scott able to connect with those punches to the gut. And now look at that, the victory road. Is that going to be enough? As now Edward Bronson able to break up the pinfall there. Jay Scott with impressive power lifting up Rubble and planting him down with the lower, planting him down on his lower back. They are very, very much targeting that lower back of Rubble. That is how you lift a lot of people up. You have to use your lower back. And even though they are smaller competitors, if you have lower back problems, you can't carry anything. I speak from experience, ladies and gentlemen, because that is just, you have to lift with your legs, your lower back. Very, very smart plan here by Jay Scott. Now the Fireman's Carry counter there from Rubble. I have to kind of ask myself here. Oh, Rubble takes down the referee by accident as he sends Jay Scott into him. Now the referee is slow to get back up, but Jay Scott able to get back into this matchup. I have to ask myself now, ladies and gentlemen, here. We've seen Rubble attempt the block breaker before. We know that he's been trying to learn the block breaker from Edward Bronson. Now, he has been unable to get it locked in and get a victory with it. I have to wonder if this finally going to be the moment where he gets it. Oh, I may have actually called that on cue, as now Rubble locks in the block breaker. Rodrigo Del Gaiso able to break it up, though. Not able to get the victory there. That super kick connected. But Rubble going for it once again, not to be deterred. Gets it locked in a second time. Rodrigo Del Gaiso seems to be a little bit distracted here. And now he's got Jay Scott up. He's got him up. Is this Rubble's time? Jay Scott is passed out. Rubble has actually locked in the block breaker and gotten the victory. The Broken Standard are the new tag team champions. This was all Rubble from the beginning. Edward Bronson was nothing more than a supporting cast member in this. And Rubble has come out here and captured the tag team championships for the Broken Standard.
The winners of the match and your new tag team champions, Edward Bronson, Rubble, the Broken Standard.
The Broken Standard are your new tag team champions. And with just 1 month to go to Endgame, you can tell that they're very proud of having won those championships the way that they did. And now the question is, who is going to take down the Broken Standard? As we see some medical personnel tending to Jay Scott here, because he does still have another match to call here. They're trying to get him to regain consciousness, and he's going to have a little bit of time here because we have Tommy Hazard coming out here. We know that Tommy Hazard and Chris Princess have had a little bit of problems as of late, if you will. And we promised some clarity here. Chris Princess invited Tommy Hazard to come out here and have a little bit of a talk, if you will. A little bit of a showdown. And Tommy Hazard accepted, which is why he's here right now. And we're going to be hearing from the Ace, the Phoenix, Tommy Hazard himself. And maybe we even have a showdown here today. Maybe we have a fight here. And again, I'm a little apprehensive about that, if I'm being honest, because we know the state of Tommy Hazard's neck, or his back rather. If he takes one bad bump, he could be paralyzed forever. And that's not a risk as a promoter that I'm willing to take. I hope that Tommy Hazard and Chris Princess come to their senses, because as much as I enjoyed watching Tommy Hazard at one point, nobody's health is above being a competitor, and nobody's life is above being a competitor. So, you know, I want to see Tommy Hazard not risk his livelihood over this. I just really don't. So I hope that these two are able to, again, come to their senses.
Look, I could sit here and talk about how good it feels to step in a Canadian ring again, but that's not why I'm here. Christopher, you said you wanted to settle this, so let's settle this.
Well, here we see Chris Princess coming out. Tommy Hazard did call out the leader of the Fabulous Furious Freaks. They want to talk. They're going to settle it, and it's going to happen right now.
What's wrong, darling? Is the god scared of me having some backup? Well, when you attack one of us, you attack all of us. So here we are, and here I am just like I said I would be.
You're right, Christopher, you are here. But if you think you got one over on me by bringing your little goons down here with you, you're sorely mistaken. You see, I knew that you'd want any advantage you could get tonight, so I got myself a little insurance policy of my own. A cashed-in IOU, something that a businessman might call a backroom dealing.
Hold on 1 second. Is backroom dealings actually here? We see Tommy Hazard and Chris Princess inside the ring with the Fabulous Freaks on the outside. Oh my god. The backroom dealings are here as backup for Tommy Hazard. And they're coming in through the crowd because obviously they wouldn't be backstage. They're just going right down through the crowd. This is next level by Tommy Hazard. And again, they just want to talk. That's it. We're not going to have any kind of chaos get involved here.
Now that the table is evened out, let's talk.
Yes, let's. My first question is honestly just what are you expecting here, darling? We both know you aren't cleared, and we both know all it would take for you to never walk again would be for me to simply stroll over there and drop you on that broken back of yours. And since you tried to break the neck of my protege, that is seeming more and more appealing by the second.
What am I expecting? Let's turn that around real quick. Christopher, when you dumped me on my head and you disrespected me in my own home, what did you expect to happen? Did you really think I'd just stay down? No, you see, you said last week I was addicted to destruction, that I was obsessed with ruining careers, and you know what? You're right. I loved the feeling I got when I came crashing down on the neck of Pistolero. I was in a state of bliss. When I tore the mask off of Nightman, when I drove an 18-wheeler into the side of Miles' car, now that was the greatest high of them all. So tell me, Christopher, what did you think was going to happen when you gave this junkie his first good high in a very long time? Because right now this junkie is getting in your face, saying, "Please, sir, may I have another?"
Absolutely you may, darling. Absolutely you can break me, shatter my bones, spill my blood, damage my spirit, whatever the hell you want. But the difference between the princess you faced those years ago and the one that is staring you in the face right now is that I am not afraid of you, nor afraid of going as far as I need to rid this company of your shadow. So I welcome you to try and break my body as much as you have broken your own. But if you think that will keep me down, you are sorely mistaken. It's not a high that will fuel me. It's not fighting spirit. It's not the will of the fans. It's my hatred for you, and I really hate you, Tommy Hazard.
You hate Tommy Hazard? You think that makes you special? Tell me something, Christopher. Who doesn't hate Tommy Hazard? Because I can't think of a person in that locker room or in this ring that wouldn't rather I have been gone from this company. And trust me when I say, Christopher, there isn't a person that hates that I'm here right now more than me. I meant it when I said I was happily retired, but you opened the box, the Phoenix flew out, and now you are the one to blame for what happened to Colin, and for what happens next. And what happens next? Well, you see, you say you can look in my eyes and see the truth. Well, I look in yours, Christopher, and you know what I see? Jealousy. You don't hate Tommy Hazard, you want to be Tommy Hazard. You wish it was you who won the first Rumble. You wish it was you who was the first YouTube champion. You want to be the ace, you want to be the god of this shit. But most of all, Christopher, the thing you're most jealous of is that I am the greatest roadblock in your story. Was you only a footnote in mine, because every time I beat you it was another reason. You were never the prize. The YouTube title was the prize. Being a double champion was the prize. But now, Christopher, for the first time in your life, I want to kick your ass. Which brings me to what happens next. What happens next is you get one more chance to beat me. You get a chance to have more than a footnote role in my career. I never got a retirement match, Christopher, which means I never officially retired. So how about we make it official? Tommy Hazard has one last match at Endgame versus you.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the question I knew was coming. Say all you want about me and what you've been to me, but at the end of the day, we both know what you are truly doing. You need me. You are trying to act like you are giving me a chance for retribution, but in reality, you know that the only man that can give you the ending you want for your career is me. You need me to be the final chapter in your legacy, the man that walked into your house and spit on that legacy. Because I need to be that last conquest. I need to be that last win in your record for you to truly be satisfied with your career. I need to be the final villain shot dead by the veteran gunslinger on his ride into the sunset. You've been trying to get into my head, but I have been burrowed deep in yours for months. All it would take for me to destroy your dreams, all your plans, is just to say no. But I accept. Not because I want to give you what you want, but because I want to destroy Tommy Hazard. I want to beat you so badly that the image of the Phoenix is erased from the history books, replaced by the mortal. The old, broken man who finally bit off more than he could chew. Tommy Hazard, as CWL knows him, dies at Endgame.
You see, that's where you're wrong, Christopher. You could try and say you're in my head because that's what you do to anyone else on the CWL roster. But you're not dealing with the average CWL superstar anymore. You're dealing with the legend. The legend that you fear. You see, I've won every title that there is to win in this company until they were forced to label me with the title of God. And now you come to me and claim you're going to kill me. Well, congratulations. You get your chance at Endgame, because I may not be medically cleared. I may not have wrestled in over a year, and maybe on July 18th, time runs out, and I find myself staring down the gates of hell. But I swear to all that is holy, the only way I walk through those gates is while dragging your carcass behind me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. it's apparently going to be Tommy Hazard and Chris Princess at the end game, but I don't feel comfortable about this happening. Again, I said it before this all went down. Your life matters more than being a competitor, and I'm not okay allowing this to happen, but we're going to move on. We have a main event to call as the Vindication Men's Chamber match is coming up next. This is going to be the main event of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Pistolero asked for this. He had everybody qualify for this chamber, and all of these men earned their way here. We saw Isaac defeat Guattari. We saw Jasper Starr defeat Flapjack Carter. Harris defeated Zistro. And, you know, it's been an absolute battlefield to get here to this point. But now Pistolero is going to come out here, defend this very championship, and try and walk into Endgame as the Vindication champion. As I think our medical personnel has finally woken up Jay Scott. We'll give him here a chance. We'll give him a moment to talk here in a minute.
Yeah, I just wanna be the greatest. Everybody knows my name, shit. I'ma have this whole fucking game list. Getting with the same.
The main event of Jailbreak is the men's Jailbreak Chamber, and it's for the Vindication Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, your champion, representing Star Jammer LLC, weighing 185 pounds, from Allentown, Pennsylvania, your Vindication Heavyweight Champion, Pistolero.
I'm awake. I'm here. First match of the night. Very huge chamber match. I thought we were doing 2 chamber matches.
This is the second chamber match, Jay.
What are you talking about? We just started. I don't understand. Anyway, Pistolero, he's got that title over his shoulder. He's walking into one of those pods, and let me tell you, he is going to come out the other side with that championship around his waist. My neck feels kind of tight for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but I know that Pistolero is going to come out the other side of this because he is huge.
And you can see right there, he got one of those replica belts from our shop online. Maybe a callback to him winning the tag team championships on his own, or rather being the solo tag team champion for a bit. A little bit of a callback to earlier this season when he defeated the Church of Steel. But he's got one more test to go. Pistolero has been determined to prove that he is going to be the greatest Vindication champion that we have seen. And he requested this chamber matchup against 5 incredibly tough competitors.
And your challengers, weighing 210 pounds, from Kingston upon Tynes, England, Jasper Starr.
Well, Jasper Starr was lucky enough to draw one of the pods, if you will. We still don't know the entry. We just know that they're going to be inside the pods. And especially, we saw what happened in the women's match earlier. Rox began that matchup, and she did not walk out the champion. And that was Valencia that walked away the champion. So, you know, it looks good for Pistolero and Jasper Starr so far.
Look, Pistolero, Jasper Starr, the only representative of the Crimson Dragons here in the chamber. He has got a tall task ahead of him if he wants to bring gold back home to his boys.
Weighing in at 220 pounds, from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, USA, Alex Graves.
Alex Graves has come so close to calling himself Vindication champion on several occasions this year. He had his chance at Supremacy last month to capture that championship one-on-one, and unfortunately came up short. But then he redeemed himself when he defeated Isaac earlier this month, and that's a man that's going to be in this chamber. If he manages to do that again and they're the final 2, Alex Graves is the new Vindication champion.
Alex Graves has been hungry all season long. He wants his hands on that championship, and he is getting lucky enough to hop into one of these pods, spare himself a little bit of destruction until later in the match. The question is, will that be enough? Because he did come up short last time. Is he going to be able to walk out with the gold around his waist?
Representing the Sons of Fenrir, weighing 235 pounds, from Biloxi, Mississippi, the Wolf of War, William Black.
The Wolf of War himself, the man that has not been champion since that Twitch title run in Season 2. And, you know, not for lack of trying. It's just that at the time, people have been better. But William Black has been so determined as of late to walk into this chamber and walk out Vindication champion.
William Black is someone who, in my estimation of things, is constantly on the cusp. He has all the tools in his arsenal. He's got that speed. He's got that massive size. He's got the power. He just needs to bring it all together and give himself the ability to win a championship as prestigious as the Vindication Heavyweight Championship. The problem is, for him, is that this opportunity comes to him at a tremendous disadvantage considering the number of competitors he is facing off against tonight.
Now, he is facing off against a lot of people, but you do also have to remember now, Jay, he's inside one of the pods. That is the ultimate advantage in this matchup here. And, you know, I think William Black is absolutely going to take advantage of that fact, because now that these four are here, if I'm correct, I think Harris and Isaac are going to be the ones starting this matchup.
Absolutely right. That is huge. Those are two big men who are going to spare no expense beating the crap out of each other, and everyone else is going to have to be very wary to see what kind of advantage they're going to have to take advantage of. Well, I just said the same thing twice, but they're going to have to come out there, they're going to have to give it their all, because there is no other way to win a Jailbreak chamber match.
And I'm actually kind of interested to see how Harris and Isaac do here to start this matchup, because we know that they have a lot of history with each other. Last year was literally a war between the Misfits and the Fabulous Fierce Freaks, and this time we're adding another chapter to it.
And the two men starting this match, weighing 250 pounds, from Tacoma, Washington, Harris.
Former Vindication champion in his own right. The very first time he captured that championship was at Endgame last year, and the roof just completely blew off the place in Brazil, Jay.
I mean, look, he is a consummate professional wrestler. You were absolutely right that the fans in Brazil went wild for Harris winning the championship, and now he finds himself back here looking for another opportunity against the man who has already beaten him, Pistolero. Do you think he's going to have what it takes to succeed here tonight, considering this chamber is kind of an environment that favors Harris?
You know, that's actually something I didn't even consider till you just said it right now, Jay. You're right. This is Harris's playground. This is the kind of environment that he enjoys. Literally, when he signed his contract, he was like, what can I throw at people? What can I do to people here in this company? He demanded that his first match be an Extreme Rules match. So, you're right. This is literally Harris's playground.
Weighing 206 pounds, from Los Angeles, California, Isaac.
Isaac making his way down to the ring. He's got an opportunity to get gold here for the Church of Steel, of course. He did beat Griteri in the qualifier match to get inside of the chamber. Griteri did want this spot. I believe he'll be challenging for the YouTube Championship tonight. Is that correct?
Jay, again, this is the main event. Criteria has already challenged for the championship, and he's actually the new YouTube champion.
What? When did that happen? I don't recall that. Whatever. I don't recall that at all, but the point is, Isaac is here to, I guess, if what you're telling me is true, win the second gold of the night for the Church of Steel. That would be huge if they're able to do that. Yeah, Isaac's out here, and he's looking more determined than ever.
I mean, to begin the match against Harris, these two, again, have a lot of history with each other, being Season 1 originals, being Episode 1 originals. So, you know, Isaac, a former Vindication champion in his own right, the longest reigning Discord champion at one point. You know, the list goes on and on for the amount of accolades that Isaac has. You never can underestimate him. You really can't. So now we're going to see exactly who is going to walk into Endgame as the champion. These two are starting it off. The bell has rung, and here we go.
Isaac getting that front face lock on Harris, kind of showing him that he has perhaps the technical advantage here, but Harris doesn't care as he nails that kick to the gut. Isaac turns it around with that jawbreaker, but now setting him into the corner as Isaac looks to hook him up. Hammerlock applied.
Now, who do you think is going to be the first one that comes out of the pods here, Jay?
I gotta tell you, I really have no clue, but who would best advantage one of these two men? I think they would be best to go up against Jasper Star. These two men are pretty hulking competitors. Jasper Star is very much on the smaller side. I think if he gets injected into this chaos, they could squash him like a bug.
And Jasper Star is actually the least experienced member in this chamber, because if you look around the field, these are all Season 1 originals. Jasper Star just joined us from Genesis just a few months ago. So, you know, this field is literally veteran upon veteran upon veteran, as we have the next one joining us now, Alex Graves, being the first entrant into this matchup from the pods. As now, look, Harris, that over-under suplex just flips out Isaac, as now Graves and Harris are starting to fight it out.
And these two just leveling each other. They have had so much experience combating each other. All these three of these men, as you mentioned, are hugely competitive and have a lot of experience here in CWL. That is tremendous. Look at that lariat coming out of the corner.
They have nothing but respect for each other, do Graves and Harris, but that doesn't stand in the way of them becoming Vindication champions. They respect each other, but they know the kind of opportunity that is on the table right now.
Now, into the corner. Elbow right to the back there, weakening the lower back of Harris. That is tremendous.
Now we've got the next entrant coming in. Who is it going to be? Oh, the Vindication champion has been drawn. He is the number 4 entrant. And here we go. The man with the strength of 10 men is now in the ring as he's trying to take down Harris immediately.
But Harris catches him with that clothesline, almost taking the head off the shoulders. Gets them up. Could he be looking for it? The backpack stunner. I thought he was going to go for the go to hell, but not quite able to get that. Perhaps he thought that Pistolero would be expecting it, so he transitioned it into a little bit of a more unorthodox maneuver. Graves and Isaac on the outside. Pistolero with the shoulder charge, and now the knee just right to the groin of Isaac. That is devastating. Of course, anything goes here in the Jailbreak chamber.
And now as we see the timer going down once again, we're about to have one more person join us. Is it going to be William Black or Jasper Star? It is going to be Jasper Star, which means William Black is the last entrant into this matchup, as we see Pistolero there trying to go and eliminate Harris, but Harris able to kick out at 1.
And now Jasper Star has his eyes set on the champion. What a suplex, dropping him right on his neck. And now looks for the stomp, but he misjudges the distance. Pistolero rolls out of the way, catches him here, inverted power slam.
Now here we see
a lot of
Pistolero
chaos.
and Jasper inside the ring. Isaac, Alex Graves, and Harris on the outside. And just like how we mentioned earlier, ladies and gentlemen, on the outside, that is pure metal that Isaac just got planted on. And now Harris starting to climb up on top of the chamber. What is he doing here? Is he going to dive off? Oh my God, he just caught Isaac.
And he almost caught Alex Graves as well, but Graves able to get out. And now every competitor is in this match. Jasper Starr is here, and he nails that gut-wrench powerbomb, slamming Pistolero onto his back. But now, William Black has his eyes set on Jasper Starr. He doesn't want the Crimson Dragons to gain any momentum.
And now William Black going right after Pistolero. We know those two definitely have a huge amount of respect for each other as competitors, but they're not going to let each other get the better of the other. They're proud. They're both very proud individuals, as we see Isaac trying to eliminate, I believe, Harris, but Harris able to kick out.
And now catches him with the boot here, and Harris sent into the ring. Striking combination from William Black takes Pistolero down. Harris catching Isaac once again with these boots. Jasper Starr and Alex Graves on the outside. Oh no. Pile driver on the outside. Alex Graves has been absolutely decimated. This could very well be the end for him in this match. And we have our first elimination.
Alex Graves, unfortunately, would not be going to Endgame as the Vindication champion, but now we're down to 5. It is Harris, it is Jasper Starr, Isaac, William Black, and Pistolero. Somebody is going to Endgame as the Vindication champion, but who is it going to be?
And all these men fighting each other. Pistolero sent flying into the ring by William Black. It looks like these two are looking to lock up once again. And look at this, just the barrage of strikes firing down into the face of the champion.
You know, I'm actually surprised with the kind of brutality that Harris brought upon Alex Graves. You would expect for him to do something like that to Pistolero, or maybe even William Black. The fact that he did that to his friend, just imagine what he would be willing to do to somebody that he doesn't like Pistolero or William Black. As it looks like Harris is trying to eliminate somebody else. Is Isaac gonna be out of here? And he is. Harris picks up a second elimination in this chamber.
And now it looks like he has Jasper Starr's number. This is not a good look. Oh, I was gonna say for the Crimson Dragon.
You know, Jasper Starr still being in this matchup and fighting as hard as he is just goes to show how much he wants this matchup, how much he wants this championship. As now we see Jasper Starr get caught. Harris catches the leg, though. These two are just going back and forth as William Black and Pistolero have not stopped fighting each other literally from the get-go, from when William Black was let go.
And now it looks like Jasper Starr has his eyes on Pistolero as opposed to Harris, who's hung on the ropes. I don't know how good of a choice that is, because Pistolero is now, oh, hold on, but Jasper Starr too quick for him. Now they're both hung up on the ropes. William Black here with the clubbing blows.
William Black was able to connect with that kick or that knee to the gut, as now William Black and Pistolero have decided to set sights on somebody else other than themselves. And can you imagine if they actually eliminate those two people and they become the last two men in this match?
Well, Jasper Starr thought he was safe for a moment, but William Black capitalized on him as he was taunting to the crowd. Black Fang! Black Fang grounds him. Is this enough to eliminate him? Ref, going to count the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. And the Crimson Dragons are out of this match. We are down to William Black, Harris, and Pistolero.
We are down to the final 3, as Mr. J. Scott has just mentioned. And one of these men is going to walk into Endgame as the champion. Is it going to be the current champion, Pistolero? Is it going to be Harris going back into Endgame? Or will it be William Black just shocking the world and becoming the champion to walk into Endgame?
Sliding knee strike there from Harris. And now it looks like he's been set on Pistolero, but Pistolero too quick, Northern Lights. And now here we go. Vintage from La Fuerza. Boom, brainbuster combination. But it's William Black who goes for the pinfall.
Is this going to be enough? 2. Harris able to kick out before the 3. As now, this is interesting. We saw Pistolero and William Black just fight each other over and over again. And now they're just letting each other eliminate everybody from the field. As the blackout connects, has William Black eliminated somebody? And there we go. We are down to the final 2. The current champion up against William Black. And one of these men is going to walk into Endgame.
One of them's going to walk into endgame, and I think I know who it's going to be, but here we go. Turning it around, got the heel hook locked in. Devastating pressure applied to the knee and the ankle, but William Black starting to fight out. Punches to the dome of Pistolero. Whoever lands the next big shot has a huge advantage in this one.
Now William Black connects with that punch to the head right there, and now that forearm connects as well. You know, William Black has the opportunity of a lifetime, as you mentioned, and he knows it as well. As we see right there, his feet are on the ropes. He was using the leverage, and that wasn't illegal here because there are no rules inside the chamber. As now William Black lifts up Pistolero. I thought he was going to go for that blackout, but instead he opts for the buckle bomb, and Pistolero is in a whole lot of trouble here.
Had him in powerbomb position and absolutely slammed him against the turnbuckle. As you said, that has got to be jarring if you're Pistolero. And now, hooked up atop, lifts him up. Oh my God, what a jackhammer.
The jackhammer, is that going to be enough? 1, 2, Pistolero. Oh, he almost retained. That was so close right there.
A second away, less than a second, from retaining that championship against all odds. But now, William Black here, oh, I thought he was going to go for something big. Pistolero looking to go for the big jumping knee. What a hip toss there from William Black. Isn't enough to score him the victory. He goes for the pinfall, 2. No, Pistolero able to kick out. The shoulder was able to get up.
These two men do not want to quit at all whatsoever, as we see William Black right here twisting the head of Pistolero. Pistolero is just one elimination away from retaining that championship and proving that he will indeed not quit. But hold on, 1 second. William Black, he's got the Wolf's Clutch. He's got the Wolf's Clutch.
Will that be enough? Will Pistolero be eliminated? Do we have a new world champion? Pistolero fighting. He's not going to pass out. He manages William Black. I was going to say he breaks the hold, but that's not true. It's William Black who releases the hold. He sees an opening. He's going for it. He's looking for it. The blackout. Is that enough? Will we have a new champion crowned? Come on, Pistolero. Let's get that shoulder up, baby.
William Black has won the Chamber and the Vindication Championship. After 2 years, William Black can once again call himself a singles champion. And what a way to go, because now he is going to be defending that crown at Endgame in just 1 month in Mexico.
The winner of the match and your new Vindication Heavyweight Champion, the Wolf of War, William Black.
You can just see the emotion pouring out of William Black. You never see that man smile, but he is definitely smiling right now as he has finally climbed the top of the mountain and he can call himself the Vindication Heavyweight Champion. But that has been it for us here, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of myself and Mr. J. Scott here sitting next to me, we will see you next time. Vindication is next week.